Get over here!
Welcome guys, Oddie here, and this is Liam's ultimate build for Caliban. Timestamps will be available for all the sections in the description. The shards in the build will be 4 Tau Red Strength Shards, 1 Tau Green Corrosive Shard for priming, or 5 Tau Red Strength Shards if you don't prime your targets. If you don't understand something, pause, rewind the video, ask in the comments, or tune into Twitch streams and we will swiftly respond. First, we gotta talk about one very unique aspect of Caliban. Caliban is currently the only Warframe in the game that is able to apply Tau status and deal Tau damage. The damage isn't very interesting, as it's just neutral like void damage is, gaining nothing and losing nothing versus every faction. The status, however, is on another level. When you proc Tau status, it will apply a status chance vulnerability. Don't know what that means? Don't worry, I'll explain. Basically, what it does, it multiplies your total status chance after the application of other modifiers. Let me give you an example. Say you're using Konami solo with a base of 25% status. It gains 30% base status from Absolute Dominion, bringing the base status to 55%. Then we apply Whipping Wounds, bringing it to 297% status chance. Now we decide to use Caliban and apply Tau. Tau status at 10 stacks will multiply the 297% status chance by 2 on the affected target, meaning that now you have 594% status chance.
Oh god.
So in short, Tau doubles your total status chance. Tau status, good is. The Subsume for this build is Nourish, which will replace R4, Fusion Strike. This ability affects every ally in affinity range. It multiplies all incoming energy, gives viral damage, and creates a forced line of sight viral proc explosion on a 2-second cooldown when any affected ally receives damage on health. Onto the abilities. Razor Gyre is loaded with benefits. Caliban spins in one camera-guided direction, doing next to no damage, refunding 25% of the ability's total energy cost per enemy hit, and groups enemies because of our Augment Razor Mortar. The Augment also adds modded electric damage to your Arthalists and increases their fire rate. This goes up with power strength. The amount of refunded energy is multiplied by both negative efficiency and Nourish, giving us insane energy returns. It also regens health and shields, which means he can shield gate with this ability, without the use of energy to shield conversion mods. Did I forget anything? Let's see. Gives you infinite supply of energy, shields, and health on enemy hit. Your Orthalists get fire rate and electric status, groups enemies. Alright, it also doubles all status chance affecting the target because it applies Tau. Only thing this ability is missing is the kitchen sink. Pro tip, the animation can be skipped if you double jump. The second ability, Sentient Wrath, is most definitely not your Subsume slot. You heard that right. Don't substitute this ability for Rhino Roar. Sentient Wrath creates an expanding wave that will apply lift status on enemies and a vulnerability of 50% affected by power strength. This damage vulnerability is unique, therefore it's going to multiply everything. Whereas Rhino Roar would be additive to Faction Mod or Summoner's Wrath since they're all considered faction. Before we get into the explanation for the third ability, we recommend inverting the cast, as this will make it much easier to recast the ability. Lethal Progeny, the third ability, is how we're going to deal damage with this build. This spawns 3 types of sentience. The second one, Orthalist, is all we need for this build, so throw the other 2 in the trash because they're completely useless. These sentients get buffed by 4 different sources. The sentient level, which goes up in power strength, times the damage multiplier, which goes up with power strength, times the fire rate, which goes up with power strength, times model electric, which goes up with power strength, which equals a 300 times DPS on Orthalists. Thanks to this chart, created by stars, we can see it's about 70 million damage per second without even taking into account the damage over time electric proc will do. Yes, this is enough damage to easily do level cap. So if it wasn't obvious enough, yes, power strength is the most important thing to have on Caliban by far. Why don't we use Fusion Strike? Well, it's very simple. Sure, this ability strips defenses, but it empowers the wrong sentient and does some wet pool noodle levels of damage. All this for the low cost of 100 energy or 155 with Blind Rage, disabling activation of every other ability and standing completely still while it's casting it, and finally not being able to cancel the ability. But don't worry, at least you're invulnerable while you're getting completely and utterly butt. So take it where it belongs next to Valkyr's talents, just in case you forgot we called them shit in the previous video. If you want to hate watch, link is in the description. For the ability order, here's the rotation. Summon the Ortholist, activate Nourish, spam 1 Razor Gyre, use 2 Sentient Wrath to increase your damage dealt if necessary. If you're considering priming the enemies, then the rotation changes. Activate Nourish, summon the Ortholist, spam 1 Razor Gyre, use your 2 Sentient Wrath, and prime them with your Coda Pox to increase your damage dealt if necessary. If you summon the Ortholist before Nourish, you will grant them Viral, and you don't want that if you're priming, since your weapons are the source of Viral. Going into the Warframe build. In the Aura slot, Summoner's Wrath. For strength we take this, for duration this, and then range from this. If you don't have Prime Sure-Footed, you can substitute it for Sure-Footed plus Fortitude combo. We recommend replacing Continuity, but you could also substitute Catalyzing or Prime Flow, maybe even Stretch. It's going to be down to preference. Just don't touch the Power Strength mods or Augment, I will break your Nico kneecaps. Catalyzing shields ensures that we are always having a 1.3 second shield gate no matter how high or low our shield is, which makes a big difference in our survivability. Arcane Camisado is very inconsistent, but as inconsistent as it is, it's the only option we have as a second arcane for this build. Let me explain what I mean about it being inconsistent. The 60% strength generated by the summons needs to be generated again after every ability cast, since the 60% strength is consumed for each ability, meaning that sometimes you won't get the full 60% since it requires multiple stacks. Any primary weapon works, just take Amalgam Serration. As a secondary, we recommend the magnetic Coda Pox with the following build. Since we are not dealing damage with our weapons, the arcane selection for our secondary is limited. We use Conjunction Voltage for its reload speed and Multi-Shot, which greatly benefits priming. The only other arcane you could consider is Fortifier for more survivability. However, when you play this build, you realize you won't need it, as Caliban is one tanky mofo. Oh, and if you're wondering how exactly you proc the Conjunction Voltage Arcane, it's through our Ortholist with the Augment, making for one hell of a synergy between the two. There are a few reasons why the Coda Pox is the best in slot. Pox has a big AoE, it lingers, it gets 60% more elemental damage from being a progenitor weapon, no need to charge it, no direct hits needed, no delay, and we can hold down the button to fire it with this setting enabled. Compared to all of that, the Epitaph needs you to click for every single shot, and the Compressor doesn't have as much AoE as Coda Pox, you need to directly hit, and it also has a delay. The melee is a simple bonking Praetos build, the weapon is down to you, we pick Praetos since it comes with convenient passives. During Fisher missions, we recommend removing both the primary and the melee, so you have a 50% chance to get your Caliban corrupted rather than 25%. For those who don't know, getting your Warframe corrupted in a Fisher will double your current total range and power strength, giving you a massive boost to your overall kit for a length of time depending on the Fisher selected, which we can stat lock for most of the mission by casting the ability with duration while we are corrupted. The pet build is a classic Volphyla with the following mods. For the Focus School, Mad Rifle Cascade as always, and anything for everything else. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I know we said Oroxia will be the next video, but psych, and that's it. Sub, like, comment, and join the Discord, and tune in to catch Liam live.